Live from WTVO 17 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A Belvedere man who works with children is accused of exposing himself to students. We'll tell you what we know about the exploitation case. Friends of a slain Rockford woman paint a picture of the person she was. Their message urges criminals to put the guns down as police search for the young mom's killer.
As mayor of the city of Rockford, hereby proclaim the month of June 2021 to be Pride Month.
The month of June's dedicated to inclusivity across the country and in Rockford. Local business owners explain what Pride Month means to them. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Thanks for joining us. One person is dead after a gunman opens fire at a fire station in California. The shooting took place this afternoon in the Santa Clarita Valley. While searching for the suspect, investigators spotted a structure fire several miles away from the scene of the attack. Right now, there's no word on whether the fire's linked to the shooting at the fire station. The search for that suspect is ongoing. A Belvedere school employee faces serious charges. The middle school paraprofessional is accused of exposing himself on a video call with students. Rachel Perry's been looking into this case all day. She joins us now in the studio. Rachel, what can you tell us?
Mimi, this man, Jamison Sari, works at Belvedere Central Middle School, and now the paraprofessional is charged with sexual exploitation of a child. He was arrested at his home in Kirkland Friday and now charged with a Class A misdemeanor. I went to the Boone County Courthouse this morning to get the copies of the arrest records and criminal complaint. Those say Sari exposed himself to a minor on a video call. Principal Brett McPherson sent a letter to parents. It says the video call was recorded and circulated among students. The letter claims the students were given the contact information and the video call happened at night, not at school. I spoke with a person close to Sari. They say the call happened on Zoom with multiple kids present. Court records show the 27-year-old was served an order for no contact with anyone under the age of 18. I sat down with the Boone County Sheriff, Dave Ernest. He says the investigation is ongoing, but with the cell phone footage obtained from students, they had enough evidence to make the arrest. I'm told Sari is on leave and is set to appear in court on August 10th. Mimi?
All right, we'll continue to follow that. Thanks, Rachel. The case against a Rockford man accused of murder and of stealing a car will go forward. Javari Conley was found fit to stand trial. He faces carjacking charges after police say he robbed a man at the Mobile on 20th Street in 2019, then took off in the victim's car. Conley's also accused of killing a 19-year-old man a few days before the carjacking. He's due back in court July 6 to enter a plea on both charges. Friends and family mourn the loss of a Rockford woman killed in a weekend shooting. They tell us 29-year-old Jordan Thomas was gunned down at a home on 19th Street early Saturday morning. Police say they found her lying in the road. Thomas was rushed to the hospital where she passed away. Investigators have not made any arrests in the case. Ari Bruckman spoke with the victim's family, and Ari, they tell you the violence has to come to an end.
Yeah, Mimi, violent crime in Rockford is up 10% from last year. Just this past weekend, 2 women were shot. Like you said, one of them died. Her friend tells me she's had enough of this violence.
I couldn't believe it, but I couldn't hold it together either. So it was very hard time and a hard day.
Amanda Parsons met Jordan Thomas at Harlem High School nearly 2 decades ago. She says Thomas was shot and killed early Saturday morning on 19th Street in Rockford. Parsons says she was loved by everyone who knew her.
She was an amazing person. She was an amazing mother, daughter, friend. She was a beautiful person inside and out.
The 29-year-old was a mother of 4. Her friend says her independence was something many people often admired.
She would work on her own cars. You know, she would fix her own things. She wouldn't wait for a man to do it for her. She was the type of friend that you could call at 3 in the morning if you needed to talk, and she would answer and she would talk to you.
As her family and friends prepare to say their final goodbyes to Thomas, Parsons has this message as violent crime continues to increase across the city.
I would see videos on Facebook, people recklessly waving guns around like it's nothing, like they don't take people's lives, because it took her life and it took her away from 4 children. So I needs to put a stop to it. The illegal gun handling and the legal gun ownership, something needs to be done.
There will be a candlelight vigil on 19th Street and Alton Avenue tomorrow at 7:30. There is a fund set up to raise money for Thomas's 4 kids. I'll link that story in this description here on mystateline.com. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Ari. A Memorial Day crash in Rock County leaves 2 people dead and 6 others injured. This happened around 4:30 yesterday afternoon near Highway 14 and North Tuttle Road. Rock County Sheriff's deputies say a Chevy Trailblazer was headed north on Tuttle when the driver failed to yield and slammed into a Chevy Silverado crossing the intersection. The pickup crashed into a power pole, ejecting a man, killing him. A man and woman in the Trailblazer were thrown from the SUV. The man passed away at the hospital. Passengers from each car were hospitalized. One person's recovering after fire breaks out at a Rockford home this morning. It happened around 11 on Jackson Street. First responders reported smoke coming from the 2nd floor of the house. Fire crews found a cat inside the home. They were able to save it. No word on the victim's current condition or what may have sparked the flames. Rockford Fire is investigating. The future of an industry that was once a thriving part of the Illinois economy remains up in the air. Lawmakers failed to reach a deal with nuclear power plant owners during last night's sessions. Senator Dick Durbin's been vocal on the issue. He says half the state's electricity used to come from power plants. But as the national energy conversation moves away from coal and zeroes in on natural gas, that's left a big sector of the state wondering what's next.
What is the role of nuclear power in the future? Well, for one thing, it doesn't create greenhouse gas emissions and it provides electricity, but it has its own challenge, what we're going to do with the waste. Well, the people that are running nuclear power plants are trying to envision what their future is, and the economics aren't what they used to be.
Senator Durbin says it's unlikely the State House will reach a deal on nuclear plants this week. The state's newly released redistricting map means a former state line representative can run again. John Cabello announced his candidacy for the newly drawn 89th district. That area runs from South Beloit to Rochelle, but does not cover Rockford, Loves Park, and Belvedere. It does include the majority of McChesney Park, which is the Republicans' former district. Cabello lost his 68th district seat to Dave Vella in November. The sky is anything but the limit for Rockford's airport. RFD celebrating a successful year. State and local lawmakers attended an event this morning. Leaders spoke about the facility's new $50 million international cargo center, $16 million ramp expansion, and recent partnerships with AAR and United Airlines. RFD's executive director says this empowers the airport to receive more shipments.
For every 1747 that comes in and unloads at Rockford, that is the equivalent of 11 tractor trailers.
The projects have brought over 1,000 new jobs to the area. Today marks the beginning of Pride Month. Here in Rockford, the mayor read a special proclamation. The city of Rockford has recognized Pride Month since June of 2019. It's a time for LGBTQIA community members and allies to celebrate inclusivity. Local business owners say accepting communities are desirable communities.
I hope that by making Rockford a better place, we can make the world a better place.
We feel heard and acknowledged with this move. We are very fortunate to have the unwavering support of the Office of the Mayor, the City of Rockford, and all its departments.
A Pride Month kickoff celebration will take place at the Office nightclub in downtown Rockford this Saturday. Then on June 13th, Meta Beauty will host a Pride fundraiser for local LGBT+ organizations. 100 years after the nation's deadliest racially motivated attack, President Biden visits the site of the Tulsa race massacre. After the break, the changes made in the decades that followed. Illinois lawmakers worked past their midnight deadline finalizing bills. Details on what passed, what didn't, and what remains up in the air. That's coming up tonight at 6.
And we made it back into the upper 70s today. Conditions are only going to get warmer from here. I'll let you know when we can maybe even see our first 90-degree day of the year coming up in the forecast. Stay with us.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Sports Director Scott Leber, and Meteorologist Kevin Doom.
This week marks 100 years since the Tulsa race massacre, when a white mob attacked a prosperous black community known as Black Wall Street. Flames destroyed more than 1,000 homes and businesses. More than 300 people died. The mob formed after reports a black man assaulted a white woman in an elevator. President Biden's in Tulsa today to pay tribute to the victims. Our Washington correspondent Basil John has details on the visit and the president's mission as he keeps you connected to the nation's capital.
Good evening. The administration says the president will take new actions to reduce the racial wealth gap as the country looks back on this attack. President Joe Biden and his administration draw attention to what he calls one of the worst attacks of racial violence in U.S. history.
To all the descendants of those who suffered, to this community, that's why we're here.
100 years ago, black Americans were attacked and killed by a white mob in the Tulsa, Oklahoma neighborhood known as Black Wall Street.
For much too long, the history of what took place here was told in silence, cloaked in darkness. But just because history is silent, it doesn't mean that it did not take place.
To combat racial inequality, President Biden says his administration is taking action to address racial discrimination in the housing market and will boost federal purchasing from small disadvantaged businesses by 50%.
And we're committed to changing that.
The president will also include investments in his American Jobs Plan to build wealth and opportunities in communities of color. The president wants to reaffirm his commitment to address and deal with systemic racism and advance racial justice throughout the U.S. Reporting in Washington, I'm Basil John.
Well, we welcome the month of June with sunny skies and warm temperatures. Kevin Dooms in after the break to let us know if the pleasant trend will continue through the rest of the week. Stay with us.
Now your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Doom.
Our temperatures across the area today reach the middle and upper 70s. We're at 79 currently in Rockford, 79 up in Janesville, 75 in Freeport, and 77 currently down in Dixon. Overall, I personally don't think we could have had more perfect weather for the first day of meteorological summer. Our weather watcher Ken checking in from Belvedere recently with a temperature of 77 degrees and fairly dry conditions with a dew point of only 49 degrees. Now looking back at this past month, our temperatures were awfully close to normal for the month of May. However, I can't say the same about our rainfall. We fell very short on our rainfall, nearly 2 inches shy of the normal for the month, and this is similar to meteorological spring as a whole. From March through May, our temperature is pretty close to normal, just a little bit warmer than normal, but we saw just over half of the normal amount of rain in that time frame. And unfortunately, the next week or so is not going to help with the drought conditions either, because over the next several days, our jet stream is going to have a change in pattern and form this very large, very broad ridge overhead just to our north. This is what we call a blocking high, and this pattern is very hard to break, meaning that it can stay in our area for sometimes days or in rare cases even weeks at a time. It is this system that is often associated with some very strong heat waves in this part of the country. Now, we're not necessarily expecting a heat wave, but we are expecting very warm and very dry conditions, as is persistent with this type of pattern here. So this is not good news for us, considering most of the state line still experiencing at least abnormally dry conditions, with about half of the area or so experiencing a moderate drought, even a little sliver of the state line out in McHenry County experiencing a severe drought right now. So we really do need the rain. But otherwise, it was a beautiful day for the first day of June. We're wrapping that day up with some very comfortable conditions as we look over the Park Hills Golf Course in Freeport. You can just see some fair weather cumulus clouds overhead, still lots of sunshine, and as we saw, still very warm out there. Now, pretty much the whole area just seeing some partly cloudy skies for the time being. Conditions are going to remain that way for some time now. We have no storm systems nearby and headed our way. Now, we do have a storm system up to our, or I should say down to our south. You can see some cloud cover looks like it is headed in our direction, but a system of high pressure that is sitting just to our northeast should help to keep all of that added cloud cover away. So through the rest of the night here, cloud cover is going to be pretty variable, but mostly on the partly cloudy side for most of us here in the state line, and that's what we're expecting through the day tomorrow as well. Now, as we head into tomorrow afternoon and evening, there is a slight chance for 1 or 2 passing showers. There's a good chance that a lot of these showers, if we do get any, will actually form off the lake with some pretty strong easterly winds coming on through the area. Otherwise, conditions going to remain pretty quiet all the way into our Thursday. May see a little bit more cloud cover for Thursday, but otherwise very similar day. Probably still more on the partly cloudy side for our Thursday, and then just a slight chance for 1 or 2 passing showers heading into the afternoon and evening, this time maybe adding a slight chance for an isolated thunderstorm as well. Now tonight, temperature is going to be dropping down to the lower and middle 50s, very seasonable conditions for the night. Tonight we're back in the upper 70s tomorrow with just that slight chance for some very light rain in the afternoon and evening. We are in the 80s by Thursday. This weekend's going to be very warm. We're in the upper 80s for Friday and Saturday, and at this point 90s looking likely for Sunday.
Definitely feeling like summer. All right, thanks, Kevin. Rockford Rivets baseball returns this evening. Let's take a live look at Rivets Stadium on a great night for baseball. Scott will join us from the stadium next to fill us in on this Rivets team, including one very special pitcher.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Leber.
It is a beautiful night for baseball. Rockford Rivets baseball. The Rivets are set to play their home opener here tonight at 6:05 against the Kenosha Kingfish. These two teams met last night up in Kenosha. The Rivets won that game 6-1. These, of course, are college kids who are playing their summer ball here in the North Woods League. Now, last year their season was cut short by a pandemic. This year they're back to a full season of action that will extend deep into the month of August. Now, not quite all the players have arrived here in town yet. Some of them are still with their college teams, finishing up their seasons there. They will be trickling in over the next week. Here is something new, though, for the Rivets. This young man, a pitcher from Taiwan, his name is Yao Ming. He attends college in Taiwan. He sent a videotape here that got in the hands of Rivets manager J.T. Scara, and Scara liked what he saw and decided to give Yao Ming a shot. He's a side armor who throws hard. Scara plans to use him as the Rivets closer out of the bullpen.
And I watched the video and just really loved everything about the video that I saw. And really nice two-seamer. He can make the ball run in on some right-handed hitters, and just looked like he had a very calm presence as well.
I like baseball, so we came to America. 92.
You throw 92 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying being in the United States?
Yeah, I like.
As you probably heard there, Yao Ming has an interpreter here with him who will be traveling with him, helping him out. But I've got to say, for a young man who's only been in the States for a couple of weeks, his English has come along pretty well. Meanwhile, I also asked manager Scara what he expects of this Rivets team this season.
The expectation is to win baseball games, but win or lose, we will be a team that plays hard, and something that, you know, when people pay money to come out and watch us play and they bring their kids, that they can, you know, dad or mom can look out and say that, you know, this is the way that you're supposed to play baseball. So I take a lot of pride in that.
Start at 6:05. The next home games for the Rivets will be this Friday evening and Saturday evening. The White Sox are playing in Cleveland again this evening. The Cubs will be hosting the Padres. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Let's have a look at our first Warren Interactive Radar, sponsored by Rockford Auto Glass and More. No rain in the area, just partly cloudy skies and warm temperatures. Beautiful day to kick off the month of June. It is going to be a warm week ahead. In fact, temperatures only going to get warmer from here. We're back in the upper 70s tomorrow. 80 is going to return to the state line by Thursday, which is a slight chance each day for a few afternoon and evening light showers. Upper 80s for Friday, and again for Saturday with lots of sunshine. 90 looking likely for Sunday.
Looks beautiful. Thanks, Kevin. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again at 6.